Welcome to another episode of Living the Empowered Life podcast. I'm your host, the empowering diva, Tamika Lori Pugh. In today's episode, I'll be chatting with founder and CEO of Joyous Healing Life, Joi Heggins. Joyous Healing Life is a wellness brand built on the concept of providing intentional joy. Joyous Healing Life creates all natural, holistic, and ethically sustainable products and services focused on the health of your mind, body, and spirit. Joyous Healing Life's main objective is to cater to your ultimate candle goals, long lasting and amazingly scented. Joy, welcome to Living the Empowered Life podcast. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to dive into this conversation and really kind of talk about some of the products that you have. So let's just start off. Tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, your background, things of that nature.
Okay. Well, my name is Joi Heggins. I'm from Durham, North Carolina. I've been making candles for, let's say, 20 years. And I started around, I'm going to say 11, 12. My neighbor, she was a stay-at-home mom and arts and crafts type lady, always doing something with her hands. And so I was always rambunctious, and she said, okay, I have something for you, because every Christmas we would exchange gifts with our neighbors. And she gave me a candle making kit. And from there, back in the days, you couldn't find more supplies.
Mhm.
So I just learned how to literally make candles from scratch, just putting pieces together. And so I loved it. I loved it. And I did it until I burned a hole into the television. So candle safety, did not know about that. And I took a break until I went to California and found a person there who told me about a location that had a lot of supplies. I went there, they took me under their wing with educating me even more than what I knew on the business side of things. And it's just been lovely with everything with that. And with, let me go back with candles, because I need to be honest about everything. It's interesting because it's like cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't measure anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't measure anything. I haven't in forever. And I hardly ever make the same candle again. It's rare, unless it's a batch. It will not be the same. And that's what makes things different. And it's boring when you have to measure.
Uh-huh.
So, and when you look at a lot of especially my older work, you see a lot of colors and designs and very layered. And when you have time, you can do those things. But, with a business, you focus more on how things can work quickly and still efficiently.
Right. Wow. I love that. So when you initially said that you've been doing candle making for 20 years, I was like, yeah, right. She's only 20. Did she come out the womb doing that? But realizing that you were a little girl when you started candle making, and oftentimes we don't carry the same dreams and desires and things that we're passionate about as children.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes we don't carry that into adulthood. So I love that you were able to kind of keep doing that same thing. And it sounds like you're very passionate about it. So one of the things that attracted me to the brand was you talk about providing intentional joy. Like, can you kind of tell us about that? What does that mean?
Okay, so the great thing about these candles that it sets a mood. Like example, you might have a hard day and you want something uplifting. I would suggest something sweet like Jamaica Me Crazy. Okay. Or if you want to get in the holiday spirit, then of course a holiday candle, gingerbread, or something with vanilla. Or if you have a guy coming over, you want to do something not so sweet, maybe like sandalwood or driftwood. So you're setting the mood. And I didn't tell you this part. So when I first started making candles, I didn't know anything about healthy candles. I did Earth Day one day in LA, and I had to find out something about candles that really stood out. So I researched some data in Europe, actually, and they have reports that say that candles can, if burned in an enclosed room without ventilation over time, not soy, okay, paraffin, can eventually cause cancer,
Wow.
may with the chemicals. So that's why soy candles are so important. So when I found out about them, I said, okay, it costs a little bit more, but it's healthier. Now, with soy candles and with the extra things that I add, you can also use my candles as massage oil. So while you're burning them, yes.
Okay.
So while you're burning them, you can pour them on your person of choice and massage them. Yes, and also moisturizer. So say you're about to leave the house and you're feeling a little dry, dab some, boom, then put your candle out.
So I can actually take some of this candle, because
Uh-huh.
I have some of your candles and they smell absolutely amazing. So are you
Thank you.
saying I can take this
Mhm.
and put this on my ashy elbows?
Yes. Now you need to burn the candle.
Okay.
So melted wax. Okay. Now you can, if you're desperate, you really can just like scrape it with your finger and rub it. If you're, look, you can't even see it. How can I show you? Let's see on my skin. So like, can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. And you just rub it in. And it's not even there anymore.
A
Smell your
multi-purpose
smell
candle.
like.
I like that. It's a multi-purpose candle, right?
Yes.
Actually, I really like that. And actually, I love the name of your business, Joyous Healing. Can you tell us a little bit how you came up with the concept of joyous healing?
Okay. Well, the company actually originated as Joyous Candles.
Mm-hmm.
But over time, because I loved yoga, I've been doing yoga since I was 19. I got into yoga as a way of healing myself when my dad passed away. It was a
Wow.
form of therapy. 6 o'clock yoga, it would change your life, I promise you, for an hour. Okay. So now that I'm in my 30s, I realized, I said, man, you know what? A lot of my friends are ailing. The hip is hurting, the knee is hurting, the back is
Mhm.
hurting. Oh, my shoulder, my neck. Oh, I slept wrong. You know,
I,
can't touch your.
I can attest to that. I wake up with a little shoulder pain. I'm like, okay, in my 40s, I'm like, I'm aching now. All right. So go
Yes,
ahead.
so you have to like do little exercises even while you're sitting there. Something as simple if you're always typing, just this. I mean, a difference that it would make. And have your arm, if you can, straight across and make sure your back is straight and you will see a difference. Just do a few minutes. You'll be talking to your friends, whomever, and then you'll just notice like, okay, my wrists feel a little bit better, because a lot of times they're tight. And I also do my neck. I lean it over, I just gently pull it over and not where I'm hurting myself, just enough to awaken my neck to let it know, hey, I care about you.
Yeah.
So that's how I evolved the company to being just candles because it's more. It's way more. Even with literature, I wrote a candle book, Candles 101, and it tells you about candles, how to properly use your candles because a lot of times people just burn them. Like
Right.
I want to give you an example. Now look at this. This candle right here, I only burned one wick.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay.
don't have to burn both. You don't have to burn both.
Really? Okay.
Like you can do so much with candles. You have options. And that's what I want people to know. Like even how you cut them, I want people to get the most out of their candles because sometimes candles can be expensive. There are, $100 candles out there.
There are, yes. And
Right.
oftentimes
So
we,
if you're burning them, and I do not serve. If you're burning them, then you should not have any, you know, problems, and you want to get the most out of them. Example: do you know how to light a candle?
is there a specific way that we should light our candles?
How do you light yours?
I just literally take my lighter and I light the candle and I go on my way.
Okay. So I always advise people when they light theirs, everybody, to make sure they turn it to the side.
Got
Always. turn it to the side. You know, you're not going to burn yourself, I promise. And you just light it.
Okay.
And then that's it. Okay.
Oftentimes we
And then,
struggle and we're doing this, right?
mhm,
Instead of that. So, yeah.
right. And so you save your nails, you save your knuckles, you save yourself. Unless it's in a big jar, then I would say get the long lighter, you know, but something like this, and I always advise people too, when you burn your candle, you know, sometimes people burn it for a few minutes and blow it out. Have you ever noticed when sometimes you burn a candle, it'll leave that pool and you'll have other wax around?
Yes.
That's because your first initial burn needs to make a pool large enough to cover the whole area. Okay. So if it takes 4 hours, that's just how long it takes.
Right.
That means your candle is that large, unless you do something like this candle where I just did one side.
Okay.
Okay.
Something.
So, and then when you put your candle out, I want to show this. Don't blow your candle out. Don't do it. Okay. You're just going to take your lid. That's it. And keep the scent.
I always throw my lids out. Like as soon
Oh,
as I open my candle and I light it, I'm like, I don't need this, and I get rid of it. But you just taught me something else. Because oftentimes what happens is when I blow the candle out, sometimes I'll get wax
no. Mm-hmm.
like on my dresser, on the nightstand, or wherever I have the candle, and then I find myself cleaning up wax,
Okay.
blowing it, right? There's been times when
Mm-hmm.
I've blown it too hard and wax popped up on me. So um, thank you for that piece of education.
You're
Definitely.
welcome.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Just put it under the bottom when you're burning it. That's it. If you know you want, or just to the side somewhere.
Right, right. And I love that you talk about how it focuses on like the health of your mind, your body, and your spirit. Um, those are the three most important things to me, like really focusing on my mind, my
Mm-hmm.
physical temple, and then, the spiritual piece. And so as you were creating this, what was your thought, or how does a candle allow us to focus on mind, body, and spirit?
First, I pray. Honestly, before I wash my hands and I pray, because I want to create something that will make someone feel better. That's always the goal. So I like when they open it up and they say, "Oh my God, I feel this way." A lot of times people don't burn my candles. They literally just open it and
Mhm.
leave the top off. I
Yeah.
have a candle, this one. This candle is old. Okay. I would never sell it. I don't sell old candles. This is my candle. A good candle will last you, I would say, a good 7 to 10, no longer, because I have a friend that's still telling me about this candle she's had. Yeah, I would say about 12 to 15 years.
Years?
Hmm. A
Even
good
a candle
candle,
like this?
a good candle. You'll still
Yeah.
be able to smell it and open it up. Hmm.
Yeah. When I first got my candles from you, I hadn't even opened up the packaging and I could smell it. My husband was like, whatever is in that package, it smells good. Like we hadn't even opened the package. Like you can literally smell it through the packaging. And then when I opened it, I mean, all I did was took the lid off and I set it on the coffee table and left it there overnight. This morning when I went downstairs, like that whole living area space was just smelling amazing. And I haven't even burned this candle. Like I'm sitting here in heaven right now.
Thank
Yes, so
you.
these are amazing. I don't even know what kind is that. It says natural flow, joyous natural flow.
It's something I created.
Whatever
So
you
no one will
created is
ever get that one
amazing.
again. You can't get it again. Like that is the only one. And that's how I like doing things. People they get upset about it. They were like, "Joy, well, I think you need to do it." I said, "Well, no, because it takes away. It takes away. Like I make these. I don't get it from China. I don't outsource. Like
Right.
I actually make candles still."
You make the candles, and I think because you make them, um, you can kind of feel like the energy. Like it's I don't even know what the word that I'm looking for, but you can tell that you make them with care. pretty much, right? You can tell that you put love into the work that you do. You mentioned to always remember to cherish your candle.
Mm.
Always remember to cherish your candle. What does that mean? We know what the word cherish means, but how does that
Hmm.
relate to a candle?
You know what? Enjoy it, just like life.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a tattoo, Carpe Diem. Got it when I was a freshman, didn't know I would need it now because it reminds me like we have to slow down. A lot of times we're so in a rush. And a candle, it takes its time to burn.
I love
So every time you light it, let it be intentional. Don't just, light it because no. You light it, you read your book, or you light it and you pray. You light it, you take your shower. You light it and you cook. You know, like choose to relax when
mm-hmm.
you do it. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, I love that. And I love lighting candles when I take a bath. I don't take baths often. I try to do it on self-care Sunday. That's my day of self-care. That's
Mhm.
when I, do my facials and all that stuff. That's the day that I take my baths. And so that's the day that I would probably cherish my candles the most, when they mean the most to me, when I'm really in that space,
Mhm.
where I can really just kind of relax. And again, the smell is so relaxing. I think if I were in a bad mood today and I picked this up and smelled it, I think it would have changed. It would change my entire mood. I really believe that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it would
And people have candles
definitely.
just for that. Like certain moods, they pick them up, sniff, put it down, they hold it, and then they let it out.
Yes, yes, I love that. And then you also have the organic wax melts. This is the Jamaica Me Crazy.
Mhm.
Um, these smell good as well. And so these also double as the massage oil.
Yes. So with the melts, and I always tell people, have fun with this. A lot of times you get those wax burners
Yeah,
that
that's
break.
what
They break though, and I'm always trying to tell people how to like save with things, even like with these candles, with the containers. When you're finished with them, just wash them out with Ajax detergent because it's a degreaser, the yellow one, and you can put stuff in there. So the containers are usable. So with this, because those burners to me, they always break after a certain length of time. Find you just an old pot, a small one. And
Mhm.
that's your little pot, okay? When you clean the house and everything, you want to put it on the stove, put it on low. If you in a rush, I would say put it on medium. Afterwards, you take it off and you go in each room. The scent sticks to the walls.
Oh.
Hmm. So whenever I want like a quick fix,
Mhm.
I put it on medium and I walk through the house and that's it.
I love
And
it.
you don't
I love
And
it.
you don't wait till it melt all the way down. You just put it on medium till it starts smoking, and
Mhm.
then that's it.
I like
Okay.
the wax. To me, it seems like they last a lot longer. My husband loves these. We just moved into our new home, and
Congratulations.
we've turned our basement into like part of the basement. It's like the workout space. I have my yoga mat down there, but the smell, it smells closed in, right?
Hmm.
So for this morning, I went down and I opened the windows. We've literally only been here not even a full 2 weeks yet, but I went down
Okay.
there this morning and opened the windows to kind of air it out. But I think these would definitely help, right?
Yes.
Take these down
Yes.
and do what you said, because I'm like,
Hmm.
I need to get this smell out of here. I ain't gonna be down here like doing yoga and stuff. I need to be, when I inhale, I need to inhale something that smells good. So
Yeah. And I'm not knocking the burner. It's just that you get the same effect much quicker, and you get to save your product much longer.
yes, yes, I love that.
Hmm.
So Joy, I used this product last night. So okay, I'm gonna just be real honest and truthful. I'm ashy. Like, I have the
Okay.
driest skin. My
Okay.
feet, my husband be like, your foot scratching me, babe, under the cover.
Okay.
Like, I have really dry skin. I have eczema. I
Hmm.
break out like in the creases here.
Hmm.
I break out a lot there. Like, even now it's kind of itchy depending on what I've eaten that day. I shouldn't be eating
Hmm.
shrimp, but I like them. Start
Oh
to
no.
itch. But this Joyous foot cream is the bomb, right? I used this last night after I got out of the shower, and my feet still feel like they still feel smooth. So this is
Oh
amazing. Your Joyous body cream, I love it.
yeah.
It actually I like the consistency of it. It kind of smells like it has shea butter. Is that what's in it?
Yes, and I do not put perfume in the moisturizer unless it's a special request because so many people are allergic to things just like you. See, I didn't know you had sensitive skin.
Yeah.
So if I would have put a perfume in there or oil, it may not go as well. It takes the purity out of it, I feel. Even though it's organic, it can irritate you.
To
So
make
that's the smaller size, 2 ounce, and the other size is 8 ounce. This one. So we have them in this.
And so you make this, you make the candles. Is there anything else that you have over there that I don't know about?
Beard oil. I didn't know you were married. I would have sent your husband. I'm gonna have to send you something for your husband.
Yes, he has
So beard.
his little goatee. I'll have to get him some of that.
Okay, I'll definitely see some for him. And everything else, the book Candle 101, but that's online. So I don't really want
Is
to
it
deal
an
with
ebook?
it is. I can send a hard copy, but now everyone's reading online. So
Ebooks are the way to go. Everyone's
right.
online. Everything's online. It's different now. It's more convenient to have an ebook.
Mhm.
But tell us about the book a little bit. What can we expect when we read it?
Okay. So basically it's just candle care.
Okay.
It's literally everything about a candle, the types of candles, how to care for your candles, from lighting it to putting it out, safety, just everything candles that you can think of. So if you are a candle lover, it would be for you. If you don't really care about candles, then you probably won't read it. But it's definitely for someone who wants to people who are obsessed with Bath and Body Works candles,
Yeah.
they would love that. Or the Joe Malone candles, because these are candle lovers.
Yes, yes.
And I'm not boxing anyone else out, you know.
Yes, yes. Joy, I love your spirit. I can tell that you're passionate about the work you do. I love supporting people who have a passion and there's a purpose behind it. And so I can hear it in your voice, the way you describe the work that you do. I think it's amazing. It has a healing aspect of it. Even as you're speaking and you're sharing, there's like a healing that goes out into the atmosphere. Um, I can feel it all the way here in Atlanta. So keep doing what you're doing. Your products are more than just smell good, right? That's why it's called Joyous Healing because it definitely has a healing aspect to it. You've just taught me a lot about candles that I hadn't even known, right? So now I can preserve them, I can treat them with care and all that good stuff. So I don't want to let you go until I want to make sure that you had an opportunity to share what was on your heart. Do you have anything else that you want to share with us?
I would tell people to, number one, definitely stretch. You guys take time for yourself to stretch. Even if it's just 5 minutes, please do it because I worked in nursing at one point, and that's one of the biggest things I saw. You see people bent over like this. You see people with poor posture, and it really affects your body. So even you don't have to run around and be an Olympic, you know, runner or anything like that. But just start with a stretch,
Yeah.
okay? And do walk around for 5 minutes. Do take time to meditate. Do take time to pray. And I would say give back to a kid, a child. When my nephews were younger, I had them in this business working it so they would know and business. Okay. And also make sure your business is legalized, you guys. Like it's good to have hobbies, but also, put them on the payroll. Okay. Like you can put kids on the payroll. So teach them business early. And now they may choose to go a different route, but they will have the foundation. And then, one day we will not be here. Will you have something to leave to the next generation? So I said, what if my nephews don't want a candle business? So I'm eventually involving this business to having employees own the business. The reason why is because employees won't get together and sell the business. It's theirs. They'll feel empowered. So try to figure out a way if you want what you're building to go beyond. How do you do that? because life moves very quickly. And a lot of times we're busy either making the product, or we're busy just doing one aspect where we may kind of forget to think about ourselves or forget about the implant. So just try to remember to balance it all as much as you can.
Balancing it all. I love that. I love that you talked about stretching, lighting your candles, taking a moment to stretch and to breathe and to be in the moment. Living the empowered life. There are 6 principles to living the empowered life. And one of those principles is to live a life of purpose, which I believe you're doing. Um, when you think about Joyous Healing and the brand, do you feel like you this is a part of your life purpose?
Yes. Yes. Even with because I've been taking herbs since my early 20s. When I moved out to LA, I got into herbs. And I didn't even really, I remember my dad was into it, but I didn't really know about it. And so I started caring about other ways to heal myself and to educate other people without us taking pills and having surgery. Like, you do not have to go under the knife. You know, you can do things the natural way, but you have to start early. You can't, um, still have a lot of your old habits and think things are going to change. So I started hiking in my 20s. I started taking herbs in my 20s.
Yeah.
So now, even if, like, say I might mess up on something, it's not too hard to get back on track. You
Yeah,
know.
I love that. One more thing I wanted to ask you about, you talked about stretching and, um, the lighting of the candles, you're doing yoga. I think it's important that we have a morning ritual. Like I have a morning ritual, I get up. Now I'm adding the candle to my morning ritual, but I do get up. I do have my quiet time. I do my prayer and meditation. I make sure that I'm physically active. If, I might power walk through the neighborhood. I'm actually, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm a licensed Zumba instructor. And so I
Hey.
started back doing virtual Zumba classes on Fridays. So
Okay.
I'll share a little bit of that later on.
Sweet.
But
I'm gonna come.
moving, try to make sure that I'm doing my prayer and meditation, and that I'm having my me time. So do you have a morning ritual, and what does that consist of if you do?
Yes, I do. Okay. When I first wake up, I make sure I keep my eyes closed. I don't look at my phone. And I just take time, silence. And then I get out of bed and I get on my knees and I pray. And then I get on my yoga mat and I stretch. And then I shower.
Mhm.
So now that it's cold, well, before it got cold outside, I would go jogging, and that was fun. But now I don't feel like jogging. So I don't make myself. I just do more stretching. So instead of stretching for 5 minutes, I may have to stretch for 45 minutes or an hour to make sure I get myself going.
Yeah. I like that you said, I don't feel like jogging, so I don't do it. Like so many times, like how often do we make ourselves do something because we feel like we have to do it? Like, I
Hmm.
gotta get up, I have to get out here, I have to go running. Even though I don't feel like it, we'll do it anyways because we feel like we gotta push ourselves.
Hmm.
But what you just reminded me of was the importance of being in tune with your body and listening to what your body wants at that
Hmm.
moment and just being obedient to it and saying, you know what, I don't feel like running today, but I can stretch because that's going to make me feel better.
Hmm.
And doing those things that feel good to you.
Yes.
Because I'm guilty
Yes.
of that. I'm guilty of pushing myself and saying, no,
Hmm.
Tamiko, you have to do this. Get out there and run, right? Get
Hmm.
out there and do this or do that. When I'd rather just sit here and stretch or do yoga or have my hot
Yeah.
tea and be
As
quiet.
long as you do something for an hour, because my thing is cold out there. And so like it's cold. And my body does not do well with the cold for some reason. Like it just does not like it. So I try to just make sure I do things. You can put something on YouTube. Do your Zumba class on Fridays.
Yes, absolutely.
Hmm.
Wow, you are very inspirational, very empowering. So excited to have you as a part of the Living the Empowered Life community. What I want to do, I want to make sure that we know how to contact you if someone wants to grab some of these amazing candles, if someone,
Okay.
wants some of this joyous body cream. How can we access your products and how can we follow you on social media?
Okay. So my website is joyoushealinglife.com. Okay. And I might need to say it again, joyoushealinglife.com. And my Instagram is at Joyous Healing Life. JoyouShealinglife. Okay, my battery was going low. So I'll do it again. JoyouShealinglife. Okay.
Wonderful. Joy, you are amazing. It was a joy to speak with Joy today. I enjoyed learning about your products. I enjoyed learning about candles and how to
Uh-oh.
care for them and how to actually light a candle. I mean, this was great information, very inspirational. And again, I can feel the healing in the work that you're doing. So keep up the good work. And thank you so much for
Thank you.
being a part of the Living the Empowered Life community today.
Thank you. Thank you for opening your community to me. I'm happy. Thank you very much.